What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our Arsenal transfer news video. Of course, here to give you an update of all the latest Arsenal transfer news and rumours every single day. Now, before we do so, you have to bear with me. I'm suffering very bad from hay fever right now, so you have to bear with me. And also, as you can see, I got rosy cheeks from probably getting sunburn. I don't even know. But anyway, make sure you guys, before you do start, smash the like buttons up, subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. I want to thank you guys so much for the recent support on the videos, on the live streams as well. I'm forever grateful for everyone who tunes in. Leave your comments as well. Leaves a like, even if you just watch the video. Thank you guys so much for all the support. But let's get into it because for once we've actually got some proper news, instead of this whole recycled, nonsense that we've been seeing in the recent days, the recent weeks, with the whole striker situation. It's not to do with the striker, it's to do with the midfielder situation. And Fabrizio came out and said, as well as Ornstein have came out and said today that Arsenal have submitted a proposal worth 11 million euros, which is around, I think, like 9 million pounds package for Christian Norgaard, as this guy reported it first. So big up to him, this Norwegian journalist. Negotiations ongoing as Brentford want more and talks continue. I think want in terms of want more money for Norgaard. I think they're reporting him around 15 million is what it could take for the deal to be accepted. And Norgaard wants to move to Arsenal. Of course, he wants to move to Arsenal. With all due respect to Brentford. Now, what's your guys' thoughts on this? Because for me, Norgaard, 31, 31 years of age for Brentford. Now, what I'm going to say is with this deal, is I see this as a people saying party replacement. I don't think it's that. I think it's more of a Jorginho replacement coming in. And I feel like Zubimendi is going to be that party replacement. Now, I know, and I'm sort of in the same agree with people where they say, why are we going, why not go for a younger midfielder for the future? And look at someone like, a lot of talk about that Uguame guy from Sevilla. That's that legal player, which I can never pronounce his name, has been mentioned. And also the one that I really want to also go for is Baliba or Baleba, however you say his name, from Brighton. I thought he had his breakthrough season, was superb for Brighton last season. Because we're thinking about backups, we're thinking about for the squad depth. Having said that, on Christian Norgaard as a player, I think he's very. I don't think he's bad. I think he's a very well-established player. He's been at Brentford ever since they got promoted. Obviously, funny enough, he scored against us, didn't he? On their first ever game in the Premier League, that 2-0 win, and he scored against us again in the Emirates game as well. So he loves to go against us. But I think he's shown that he's very well-established. He doesn't really get the recognition maybe that he deserves. Like I don't really see people talk about him. Maybe because he's at Brentford again, with all due respect, but every time I've seen this guy, not really had a issue with him in terms of he's as a player. He's been well established. He's done his thing. He's got some brilliant attributes as well. And I feel like he's obviously. I don't think this is a bad signing whatsoever. Now I know before we do get into what we need, it's not a priority really. I know Partey's leaving, and this is a big thing for me. If you're asking me, would I rather have kept Partey all day long, people? I think it could be a mistake getting rid of Partey, in my honest opinion, because I know Zumani's going to come in and he's going to be the Partey replacement, but he's still got a lot to prove. He's still got a lot to prove, if this guy's going to reach Partey's levels, because Thomas Partey, is absolutely top class on his day, like he was last season. For me, he was up there, was probably our best midfielder. So getting rid of Thomas Partey is going to be a blow for Arsenal. I think Norgaard again is good for the squad. 15 million is going to be Prem experience, Prem proven as a player. What I've seen of him, done his thing really at Brentford. Very, very good. DM. Will bring good attributes to Arsenal. A player's obviously not going to be playing week in week out for Arsenal, but I think he's good signing for the squad depth. I'm just looking ahead to it and thinking this 100% means Partey's leaving, in my honest opinion. Because if we were staying, I think we would have had a midfielder Partey, obviously Subamendi coming in, Declan Rice there as well. Marino, we can also, if you want to use him in the squad, he can play midfield as well. That's what we sign him as. And it just wouldn't really be a priority to go for another midfielder. But I look at this now thinking Norgaard's coming in, Zuamendi, Rice, Partey's going to be going out for me. Partey's leaving. That for me is a big, big blow. Um, when we're getting to play like someone's Partey. And again, you look at the age. Norgaard's not, he's about similar age. I think Partey's 31, 32, isn't he? Partey's 32. He's a year older. So people can't even throw to me about that whole age argument. A lot of people want Partey to go because he's too old. But then we're going to sign someone like who's the 1 year younger than him in 31 years of age. And a lot of people look at it and say, Partey, we need to get rid of him because I don't get the hatred towards someone's Partey. I don't understand why. And I've seen this now. I only use Twitter for, the like transfers and looking what going on with the transfer news, with like Fabrizio and these other sources out there. But what I see it does frustrate me a lot. Like half the fans that I've seen are happy that Partey's going because they say, he's on too much wages and he's demanding. He has a right to demand wages, in my opinion. When you got Kai Havertz on this amount of money that he's on people, what do you expect from Partey? So at the end of the day, I don't even blame him for demanding the wages whatsoever. That whole Havertz signing is, mess up the wage people completely, people. But having said that, yeah, and then they talk about injuries and all of this. Even though he was our most consistent player last season, I think he missed 2 games, and I don't think that was even to do with injury, people. So he stayed fully fit last season. I don't know he's had these problems in the past, but last season he stayed fully fit. He should be staying for me. I'll give him another year as well. And with Zubimendi coming in, I don't see the problem of selling of not keeping Partey at the football club. Even as a squad player next season, I don't see why that's an issue personally. But anyway, Arsenal fans just love a new shiny new toy, don't they? But listen, with Norgaard, I think it's a good signing in a sense that he's not. We don't look at it and say, oh yes, he's going to elevate us. We're going to win the league title now with Norgaard. I don't think that's the case. I just think they're looking at it with Partey going. They're going to bring in an extra midfielder for extra depth, experienced player, could step into some certain games and I think do a job. Very similar to how we signed Jorginho, basically. That's how I see this signing, in my honest opinion, people. But we'll love to hear your thoughts. Arsenal's window so far, Kepa from Chelsea, Norgaard, it seems, going to come in for Brentford, Zubimendi. I mean, we still need so much more, people. We still need 3 attackers, even 4 attackers, in my honest opinion. 2 winners for me, the striker, the attacking midfielder, and then maybe another defender coming in. There's still a lot of work to do, people. But let me know. I'd love for you guys' thoughts. Let me know. Norgaard to Arsenal. How do you feel about the signing? And thanks for any watch. Thanks for the support. If you can do me a favor, smash like on the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And we are getting out of it. Big up everyone. Come on, you Gunners.